Hi, welcome. I hope the vibes are okay. I don't usually film YouTube videos over here, but I'm on my bed and I'm pretty dead set on being on my bed. I've been filming on my bed a little bit today, been hanging out here reading some tarot, vibing. I just uploaded a video to TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, it's linked down below, but I feel like if you found me on YouTube, you probably found me through TikTok. But I just posted a video where I did a channeled message from Bob Marley. You can see that this is a Bob Marley poster. Yeah, and it was rad. It was really cool. So I just posted that. And now I just feel called to hop on YouTube for a bit and do a general collective love message. This isn't a pick a card. There's no separating groups. It's just one group. We're all in this together. So if you felt called to this video, that means that there are messages here for you. But of course, you know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For some of you, you know, you're going to be sent to this video because there's a couple of things that you need to hear. For others of you, you were sent to this video because you need to hear the whole damn message. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh, I had like a hair on my pants. No. We're gonna sage first and just clear out some energy and then get going with a love message, because I feel like a lot of us right now are going through some transformation with our love lives, and you know, we're improving and we're bettering ourselves in love. We're evolving. And so I wanted to get us just some guidance on that front. So let's just clear the energy out. Take some deep breaths. Vibe into each other. Clear out my deck a bit. Tap into your guys' energy, tap into the guidance that you all need to hear through this video. Sage you off a little bit. Let's clear you up, clear out that energy, get you feeling nice and sparkly. All right. Lovely, lovely. Let's just dive in. And like I said, though, I'm in a very hangout kind of mood, so if this is kind of a hangout sort of vibe, just take it or leave it. I don't know. I'm also, I think later I'm gonna go live on TikTok for the first time ever, which is rad, but I'm also kind of nervous. Oh, I'm curious about this card. Queen of Pentacles has fallen out. Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Swords in reverse. That came out when I was pre-shuffling. Temperance in reverse. So I feel like for some of you, there is a conversation, some communication that you guys are waiting on, that you guys are expecting to have. Like you thought that there would be this conversation, you know, this exchange of ideas, these words, this kind of transformation moment, and then things were going to move on and move forward and go up. You guys are going to be more grounded, more stable together. It's going to be a moment of success, a moment of, you know, fertility, of, you know, the connection. It was going to be a moment, you know, a conversation that you guys really needed to have, and you've been waiting for a long time for this conversation to come to fruition, but it hasn't. The conversation hasn't come. And therefore that forward movement hasn't come. But I don't see this as a bad thing, you guys. I see this, being led with this Queen of Pentacles. I see that it's giving you a minute to rest, first of all. You guys are being allowed to rest and really sink into yourself and your own energy, your own grounding. Really find what your position is, because there's more development of your position and of your energy and where you stand that needs to happen before the conversation can come to fruition. So I know that you guys you've been waiting for it and you're ready for it, but there's a minute that you guys need to really just sink into your energy more, ground yourself more, take some time to really understand where you're coming from and where your energy is and what you're wanting. And I think you guys need to really sink into just your own energy in general, such that that you're good on your own. Because for some of you, this conversation is, it's risky. I feel like it's risky. There's maybe some, pain is being divulged, or some, it's just not the easiest content that is being discussed. And that's why it's also, you've been waiting for a while, but that's why. It's because it's a tough conversation to have. And I feel like, for most of you, there is this, temperance energy that's wanting to follow this conversation, this forward movement, this attainment of goals. For some of you, though, you're going to be moving forward alone. And for some of you, you're going to be moving forward with your person. And so I think that that's, this time to really sink into your own stability and your own energy and your own life and your own abundance. It's good for either one of these groups, because, if you are moving forward with your partner, it's good to know that, you are okay on your own, and it's good to know really what you're bringing to the table and what your energy feels like on its own. But then also for those of you that really are branching off and going on your own, you need to know before this conversation that you are okay and that you feel good when you're alone. So no matter what happens, because that's what I feel like, it's like a big conversation. And I feel like beforehand, you really don't know, at least, like I said, for some of you, you are continuing alone. For some of you, and I'll read more on that too. You are continuing with this person, but it's continuation. It's good forward moving energy. It's, going after your goals. So whether that's, with this person or without this person, either way, you need to know that you are good on your own and that your energy is enough. And you need to rest in that. You need to feel calm in that, okay? Ace of Wands. I kind of want to transition into another kind of side of this, another message to this. King of Swords. All right. And the Two of Wands in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles wants to come out with that. So, collective, my people. There's a lot of passion here, okay? There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of desire. There's a lot of energy. There's a spark. There's a spark. And I feel like that's why this conversation could potentially hold some pain, is because you guys are trying to work through something. And I feel like, and maybe for you, I'm also getting that you have had and have experienced some past pain. And maybe that's kind of what I'm getting with this conversation, is that like you guys are kind of like coming forth maybe, and for some of you, there's this inkling that you guys are coming forward and like sharing what painful experiences you guys have been through. and like what you guys are bringing to the table. And you're kind of like divulging some of your history for some of you. And for you particularly, I feel as though, you know, kind of because of the pain that you've been through in the past, that's kind of why you're so ready to move forward. And I feel like for a lot of you, and for some of you, you guys are so ready to move forward with this relationship. You are ready to take your emotions, rein your emotions. There's like this just kind of actually tangibly grasping, you know, your own feelings, and you're ready, I think, to share. You're ready to share. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to grow. You're ready to develop. But you're also ready to feel secure and grounded and taken care of, and like you can rest. You know, this isn't, you're not looking for another chaotic shitstorm of a relationship. You're not looking for another, you know, and maybe that's some of the conversation that needs to be had. It's like, listen, this is what I'm bringing to the table. This is what I've been through. I'm not fucking doing this again. Like, I'm not doing this. And so with this King of Swords, I feel as though you guys, you know, you will, this conversation is going to come to fruition. You guys are going to need to speak your mind in order to regain some balance, in order to really set the scales, in order to, you know, I think really determine, all right, where am I in this? Where are you in this? Let's try to find some common ground. Let's figure out, you know, I just think there's some like uncovering of, oh wow, I didn't know that that's where you were coming from. I didn't know that that's how you were feeling, you know, because this is where I'm at with it. And I think there's this needing to exchange for information. And yeah, it's going to be twofold. I mean, on one hand, you have things that you need to say and get off your chest, emotions you need to express. And then I think this person really has something they need to share that they have kept pretty tightly wound to them, okay? And this could, because this is a general reading, this could go vice versa. Of course, just take it as it resonates, but I feel like this other person, for most of you, has really kept something pretty tightly wound. They've been marinating on it. They've been sitting on it. They've been trying to pick the right words, maybe rehearsing. Maybe for some of you, they've literally written something down to tell you. But there's just something that they really need to share, but it's not something that's easy for them to, it's not something that's just going to come off the cuff. And I feel like for you guys, there's more of this like, you know, I just need to get some things off my chest. I need to express myself. But for them, I feel like there's this more like articulated message that they have for you. And so again, with that, like setting the scales where you guys really find out like where the other person is. Because I think before you have this communication, you know, you're not really sure where they're at with it, and they're not really sure where you're at with it. So I think, you know, this communication is really going to provide some good balance for you guys. Now, it's interesting with this Two of Wands in reverse. Hold on. I'm drinking some Red Bull. I'm also drinking water, but I'm drinking Red Bull. I prefer coffee, but I'm out of coffee and I don't feel like going to the store, so sugar-free Red Bull. If you drink sugar Red Bull, what's wrong with your taste buds? It tastes like ass. Okay, anyways. So this Two of Wands in reverse and this Eight of Pentacles. So I feel as though through this conversation, it's going to be brought to your attention that I think while you are Again, it might be vice versa. So just fit the puzzle pieces where they need to go. But I feel like you are very ready to express yourself, very ready to be open, very ready to go forward. But I feel like I'm getting another side of this message that I will get to in a second. So if you're sitting here being like, none of this applies to me, hang on, there might be something there for you. So you're being very open, very expressive, very ready to share, very ready to just dive in and move forward. But this person kind of, you know, presents you with their tightly wound, you know, rehearsed, written out, like hard to articulate information. And you guys kind of realize really where the other person is. And I think you realize that it's not going to just like be this passionate like explosion that just moves forward effortlessly. I feel like you realize that this is going to take some work. This connection is going to take some work. It is going to take some effort from both of you. You know, you guys are not just like two peas in a pod that super easily are standing side by side at the same moment in the same place, going through the same stuff, easily moving forward. You know, it's like you guys are two pieces of a puzzle that are trying to fit together, but it's like in order to work together, you guys really have to be open to working on it and being open to understanding that that person, that puzzle piece is different for me, you know? Like my puzzle piece has, you know, these points and their puzzle piece fits perfectly into mine, but it looks like that instead. You know, there's something completely opposite. They're very different. And in order for us to figure out how to fit together, you know, we have to be willing to adjust. We have to be willing to move. We have to be willing to communicate. We have to be willing to really hear the other person's point of view and side. And, you know, we have to be willing to try new things and open ourselves up to a new way of doing things in order to achieve success. I feel like you have a deep dive into the relationship coming, a deep dive into this other person that's coming. And you know, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but a beautiful challenge. That's kind of the point of relationships, right? You guys are building something, you're creating a connection. And yeah, so I think for that other message that I was kind of getting, some of you guys are ready to fucking move on. Remember when I was saying that some of you guys are gonna be getting closer with your person, and some of you guys through this conversation and interaction are gonna be going on your own. And that is because some of you through this conversation and through like the mental downloads that you get from this conversation, where you really realize, oh my God, no. No, you realize that your puzzle piece don't fit their puzzle piece. It's not like a beautiful thing that you guys have to work on. It's like, no, this ain't for me. We don't fit, we don't click, we don't vibe. I want to be free, I want to explore, I want to express. And maybe, you know, you're way too rigid, or, you know, the issues that you're going through, I can't help you, or like I don't know how to be there for you, and like what I'm going through, I can tell you don't know how to be there for me. And it's just this like recognition of, oh my God, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this again. I feel like for some of you, you're going to realize, maybe for some, again, I feel like a very small portion of you are going to realize that like this is a karmic pattern and a past thing resurfacing. But you guys are jumping ship this time. You guys are jumping ship. You're not doing it again. You're not doing it again. You recognize it this time. You see it for what it is this time. And you're moving on, you're moving out. You're freeing yourself from this pattern, which is awesome. I fucks with that. I fucks with that. I'm not ready to leave you guys yet. I want to hang out more. But what do I want? What am I wanting? More Red Bull. And should we get some oracle messages? I think I'm gonna pause, get some oracle messages, and then maybe dive back into tarot a bit. We'll see how we feel. We'll see how we feel. That's how we feel, huh? Yeah, I really feel like everyone in this collective message right now is experiencing stepping into freedom. Okay, so whether that be in a connection or out of a connection, you're freeing yourself. Okay, that's beautiful. And you're starting something new, you're sparking something new. The energy is renewed. But it takes that bit of rest first. It takes that bit of, you know, sitting with your own energy first. You really got to marinate on your own before you really hit this like new spark. Okay, I want to get an oracle message for this, and then I want to continue on into future energy if you guys are down, because I want to see more like what this work is going to entail, and we'll see how general and collective I can keep this, but I want to find out more about just this work and how you guys interact together. But then I think for those of you that are splitting off and being single, I think you guys are gonna really get to work on yourself and get to work on your careers, and just put work back inwards. So we'll see if we can split those. We'll see what's up. Let's get an oracle message for this general love reading thus far. What do my beautiful people need to hear? Standing firm. Fuck yeah. I am noble, brave, and strong. Yes, you are, bitch. Yes, you are. I hope you don't mind me calling you a bitch, no matter your gender. Who gives a fuck? Also, I swear a lot. If you know me by now, you may know that. Okay. Okay, random side note, I get for some of you, you guys might be moving in with your person, you might be building a home, or you might have yourself just moved into a new home. I feel like maybe a little suburb, a little neighborhood, or genuinely you guys are trying to decide if you can live with this person. Anyways, that's just for some of this energy. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, it's time to really, and that's why I think, you know, you're needing to rest in your own energy first, is because you need to be, you know, yes, you need to compromise with relationships, but you need to know where you're coming from first. You need to take care of yourself. You need to know what you won't budge on. You need to know what your boundaries are, what your limits are, what your needs are, and where you stand. You need to figure that out so that you can effectively communicate that. And then you'll be able to find out where they are, what their boundaries are, where they stand, and then you guys can work on coming together or split. But you're definitely needing to be very firm with your opinions and your stances and your energy. Let's get one more oracle card on this. One more oracle card. Looking deeper, deep within me is a majestic radiance. Yeah, so you guys really are having to dive into your own perceptions and your own perspectives and your own energy first. And really uncover, you know, what positions do you hold and why? How are you feeling and why? What are you thinking and why? You know, really journal, really take some time to uncover that. But then also, I feel like for a lot of you, through this conversation that's coming, you guys are going to have a massive deep dive into, I think I said this earlier, just a deep dive into the relationship, into the intricacies of the interaction that you're having. You're going to get to kind of uncover, I think, yourself through this person and through this conversation, through this interaction. You're going to be able to really uncover a lot about yourself, a lot about your own just jewels. On things that make you special. the things that make you you. Because I think also, when you have a conversation like this and you find out, a real deep dive into another person's perspective and way that they live, that also reflects, back on you, and you really get to see, whoa, like, the way that I think about this or the way that I feel about this is uniquely me. Like, this says something about me. That's cool. So yeah, you guys are going to be uncovering a lot about yourself through this interaction. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, a lot of you guys really are ready. You guys are ready to dive in and to grow on your own, like as your own person, and in this connection. So let's take a look at this Eight of Pentacles and just extend this energy a little further. If you guys are down, I may have lost some of you, but those of you that are stuck around, you're cool, and I like you, and you should probably like subscribe or something so we can vibe more, like the video or something, so that I know that you're still here. And like, comment down below and say, hey, I feel very one-sided over here. I feel your energy, but I'm just alone in a room talking to my phone, So comment down below, say hey, say what's up. Let's take a look at this Eight of Pentacles and get some more energy on what work is going to be coming in the future for these lovely people with this general love connection message. What work are they going to be putting into this relationship, into this connection? A lot of work, and a lot of work. Nine of Wands on the bottom. Effort, motherfucker, effort, energy. There's going to be conflict. Not the kind that you can't work through, though. It's the conflicts that, like, it's arguments, but not the toxic arguments that combust. It's the arguments that move things forward. Let's look at all these fucking cards, shall we? Dude, justice. Justice. So you guys are still in this like balancing the scales kind of thing. The work is to balance the relationship. The work is being put in such that each person is getting what they want out of the connection, because you guys are very different people and you guys kind of need different things, and you need to uncover, what each of you needs so that you can show up as, effectively as you can for the relationship, for yourself and for the other person. You guys are balancing the scales, you're figuring it out, and you're having to be creative to create a connection that is fulfilling for both people. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. I get this vibe that for some of you, you are a little bit defensive with your emotions. Okay, a little defensive, and that's gonna need to transform. That's gonna need to and I think this is for those of you who do kind of want to like show up and set yourself free. Setting your emotions free is a big piece and component coming up for future energy, where you really need to be willing to kind of show yourself a little bit more. And if you are angry, express that you're angry. Don't just like feel scared that you're not supposed to be angry, or like, oh, I shouldn't be angry. Or I feel like that's for most of it, but for others of you, I feel like you guys are protective also of, if you get hurt, or if you feel sad or down, or you feel lonely, or you feel neglected, you go into kind of this defense, or you just in general, you just defend your emotions a bit too harsh, and you can free those emotions up, and you can just express them such that you're not just, compromising. Does that make sense? Because if you're too defensive of your emotions and you're not expressing really how you feel, then the other person isn't going to know, and they're not going to know where you're coming from, and they're not going to know how to really show up for you. So you're doing it to protect yourself, but then ultimately you're the one who's having to like compromise. So don't do that. Show up more authentically. King of Pentacles. You guys are gonna really get to work through some material limitations, some physical realm limitations. I feel as though there's, good potential here for grounding stability with one another. But I feel this force also that's a little bit unmovable. And like there's something that's very stuck, and it's something to do with the material realm. It's something to do not with emotions, not with thoughts, not with how you feel, but some like actual physical manifestation of something that's kind of blocking you guys and blocking your connection and in your way. Ace of Swords, you're going to get clarity on really what that is or how that's impacting you guys through an argument. And that's going to kind of uncover, oh, this is a big block that we're dealing with in our relationship right now. Let's clear this out. Let's move this. And again, so much like balance, just being, I feel like things get thrown out of balance and then they're going to regain balance, and you have the conversations, and then they get thrown out of balance and they'll regain balance after you've had the conversation. So look out for that. This is very interesting. 6 of Cups in reverse, 2 of Swords, the 10 of Cups. So again, I was noting to this earlier where I feel like some of you guys have been through some bullshit in your past, a past relationship or childhood things maybe, or I feel like for most of you it is a past relationship that really shook you and hurt you, and you experience some toxicity, you experience like a karmic kind of relationship or something where things were not appropriate, things were not, it was just mean. It was mean. It was nasty. It was cruel. It was rude. There was energy that was combative. It felt like you were being attacked. It felt like you had to defend yourself. And I think that's why you have this like instinct to defend your emotions and defend yourself and how you feel, because in the past, that's what you had to do. That is what you had to do. But you get to release that, okay? You get to release that. But, 2 of Swords with the 10 of Cups, it's gonna take some work. We are addressing and filtering through what it is that you need to work on, because that is going to take some work to let go of, because you are kind of blocking a little bit because of this defensive behavior that you have that is completely understandable, okay? But you don't need it anymore. Okay, you don't need it anymore. You don't need it in this connection, but that's going to take you a while to work through and to really accept. And you are allowed to free your thoughts. You're allowed to free your emotions. You're allowed to get angry with this person, and you're not going to be manipulated. You're allowed to express that you are uncomfortable. You're allowed to express that you're dissatisfied, and this person isn't going to attack you. This person isn't going to leave you. This person isn't going to, block that or disregard it. This person, I think, is actually wanting to work on a connection with you. And I think you're going to uncover so much more about love and about yourself and about what it means to be in a connection, because you haven't been in a healthy connection in the past, or you've been through an unhealthy connection that has produced some unhealthy tendencies and habits. And yeah, you guys are, to some extent, you guys are blocking this fulfillment and this relationship from coming to present moment fruition. But it is going to come in, again, as you work on this balance with this person, as you communicate, as you're upfront, as you start peeling back those defensive walls and freeing yourself and realizing that you can be authentic with this person, you can be authentically yourself with yourself as well, and you can express your emotions and how you're actually feeling, and they're going to be heard. You know, first and foremost, hear yourself, be there for yourself, express your emotions with yourself, but also this is a person that you can learn to trust, because it is balanced. You guys are a good counterbalance for each other. So you can tear down these walls. I know it's going to take time, but you can tear down these walls, okay? Wow. Okay. Let's end this out. Let's end this out with one more oracle card. Man, this is just really good for you guys. This is really good energy for you guys to be working through. This is like genuine fucking development and evolution here. Just emotional evolution. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. And you guys are going to get such a fulfilling connection out of it. Mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. So yeah, there is some past healing that you have to do. I feel like for a lot of you, it is you need to heal your relationship with yourself. You need to heal the way that you talk to yourself. You need to heal the way that you view yourself. You need to heal the way that you show up for yourself, first and foremost. For others of you, there is an actual connection that needs to be healed, and maybe this whole thing right here is healing a connection. Like maybe this conversation you've been waiting on and this like development of energy is because you've been with this person for a little while and there's been some tough times, but you guys are healing. You guys are working together. Cherishing self. I accept and love myself. Yeah, but you guys really do need to take some time, first and foremost, to sit with your own energy, sit with yourself, get yourself flowers, get yourself a gift, do what makes you happy, bake yourself some fucking cookies or something. I don't know. Just do something that makes you happy and really cherish your alone time as you're waiting for this, you know, conversation and this kind of development to occur. You know, because there's going to be fast forward movement coming. This energy is going to get going and get transforming, and you're going to be putting a lot of effort and a lot of energy into it. So take the time that you have now to just embrace yourself. And take whatever time you need throughout this to just sit with yourself in your own energy, ground yourself in your own energy. Okay. If this resonated, and if you guys stayed for this whole thing, I really have no idea how long this is, but if you hung out the whole time, please let me know and give this video a thumbs up. And check out other videos if you're interested. Subscribe if you vibe. Check me out on TikTok and on Instagram. If you want to book a private appointment with me, my website is always down below. You can do that there. Yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.